How's it going, YouTube? In this video today we're going to make my F82 M4 loud by unplugging the exhaust valve that comes with this car. It's very simple and I'm going to show you step by step how to do it. So one of the first thing you need to do in order to make this happen is you have to turn on the car, put the car in Sport Plus mode, and make sure the exhaust valve is open. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So we're going in the car right now. Before putting your foot on the brake, you're just going to press the start-stop button. Once the car wakes up, it's very simple. So what you're going to do here is you can press this button to put the car on Sport or Sport Plus. I'm pretty sure it works both ways. Or if you have your M2 and M1 set up, you could also do that. Like press M2 confirm, that's where I have it to the most aggressive setting in the car, and also hit the gas pedal, like press it all the way down, that way the exhaust valve will open. And always you can also make sure by looking at the exhaust inside the exhaust tip and see if the valves are open or not. So let's go and check if it is open. Before we go check, do not turn off the car as the valve may close, so just leave it at on position. You can also start the car and with the valves open, like leave it running, but you don't have to do that because that way when you're working on the exhaust, it's going to be so loud there and you're going to be breathing in the exhaust gas. So if this works for you, then you don't need to have the engine running. Just have it in on position and the valve will be open. If the valve doesn't open, then you may have to start the car. But for me, like, the valve is open as it is on the on position. So let's go check real quick. So right now, it's gonna be the inside exhaust tip, not the outer side. We're gonna put a flashlight there and see if the valve is open or not. And I don't know how well this will come across camera, but as you can see, the exhaust valve is open on this side, and so as it is open on this side. The valve, if it was closed, you will see a flap there that's blocking this exhaust tip right here. This side will still be open, but this one will be closed, the outer side. So make sure the the flap is all the way open. It will be vertical rather than horizontal. That's how you can check. Next step is to go under the car. You can have a car color like this and then just roll it under the ground. You don't necessarily need it to lift the car, but it will make it easier if you do it, or you can park it on a slight hill where you can get some little more room on the back side. But it's not necessary, but you could do it to make your life easier. So right here, when you come down here, sadly I couldn't record it as I did unplug the cable for it while the throttle was open, as it's impossible to do it with one hand and record with the other hand. You will have to use almost both of your hands. Let's see, you get lucky with yours. Basically, as the valve, make sure the valve is open. There's going to be it's like the same plug as a mass airflow sensor you use. It's you just press the plastic tab and you just pull it out, but it's sometimes it can be a little tricky and it can be like stuck there. So lifting the car will definitely make it easier, but I did get it done without lifting it. It's usually right here. There's a cable, and what I did actually, I just tucked mine in the exhaust hanger, this plastic thing. There's a lot of slot cut in here. What you can do is just push it in here, but before you do that, make sure to tape out both the female and the male end of the connector, because you don't want debris and dirt and water to go in there as it is electrical. So what I recommend is get some electrical tape and just tape both the male and the female side, and make sure you tuck the cable that hangs down just on this the hanger. There's a rubber piece right here, and that goes for both sides. I'm sorry that I couldn't record when I did it because it was very hard for me to do with one hand, so sorry about that. But it's very simple. It can be a little tricky because as it is a lack of space, but it basically is like a mass airflow sensor. Any of the spark plug cable, the ignition connector cable is very similar to that. So you just press on the top of the clip and you just pull it out and it should come out. But do make sure that your exhaust valve is open before you do unplug that. Otherwise you'll have to plug it back in and make sure the exhaust valve is open and then do it. So do not turn off the car and just go to the other side and repeat the same process. So on the other side, it's actually a little easier to do as there's a lot more space here. So this is where the other exhaust cable is, like I mentioned on that side. This was plugged in right there, It's the same process. You just I'll show you actually. I did tape it up, but you can see this plastic tab right there. Once you press that and pull on it at the same time, this will come off. This side was much easier to do, and just repeat the same process. Just tape and block all the entrance for any water to get inside the clip. You may have to plug this back in if your car does come with warranty. And another good thing is this does not throw a check engine light. So, but if you have warranty and you need to take the car to service, you may have to plug this back in. Otherwise, dealership may like to be, they, how dirty they are usually when it comes to warranties and all that. But there's no check engine light or anything. It's the same process. Just tape both the male and the female side of the cable. And like I said, the exhaust hanger, there's a rubber piece right here, and there's a lot of stud cut in here. So like it was meant for this. You just basically insert it in there. That way it's not hanging or touching the hot exhaust pipe. And that's about it. You could do it on either side. I actually think this side's a little better for me. There you go. I just have it in there, and this should not come up on its own. And now you have a much louder exhaust, because on the factory exhaust, the valve only opens up on Sport or Sport Plus mode. Otherwise, you will not hear. And right now, if I start the car up, even on Eco mode or Efficient mode, you can still hear the pops and the burbles. It's really so much louder, and it actually sounds a lot better. So this is a must try. So once all that done, you can go ahead and start your car. You could do it while the car is running. I actually see a lot of people done it that way, but it would be smelling all the exhaust gas, and it will be a lot louder. So the exhaust will get hotter as the car runs. So you could just do it this way, and that way it will be much easier. So if I go ahead and start it. Wow, that is so much louder, and I couldn't record it outside any voice, because you won't be able to hear me. It is it's not extremely loud, but it is a lot louder than what it used to be before. So as you can see, there's no check engine light. That's just on M2 I have. That's why my traction light is on, but there is no check engine light. So yeah, you could try it yourself, and it's very simple. Sometimes the clips can be a little annoying to get out, but it's free, and you'll have even on Efficient mode, you'll hear some like burbles and everything. So yeah, thanks for watching.